Okay, everybody, we're back in the paint booth this morning. Got out here super early and did a wash down with some wax and grease remover. Blew everything off, tack ragged everything, and I've got the booth clean. Vacuumed it out yesterday before I left. Got some new filters in and miscellaneous parts over here. I've got the hood cleaned. Body has been rotated, vacuumed, blown out. There's not a bit of sand left on anything there. We're going to spray some epoxy primer this morning. I'm just getting the booth back up to temperature. It's another warm day, so that helps. Painting in the winter is kind of a pain in the ass, but it's about 52 degrees out right now, so I only got to bring the booth up just a little bit. I've got the little propane heater running right now. It's about 70 degrees in here. And then we'll shut that off, turn the fans on, and start laying down some epoxy. Then after the epoxy, we'll do our seam sealing. And then we'll put primer on from there, and then the final Luzon Red. But everything is squeaky clean. And like I say, after sandblasting, you really got to hose everything down with some wax and grease remover, just in case there's any oil or anything that came through the air line. You don't want that on your metal. So everything is looking good. I've got the fenders kind of upside down. We'll do the inside and I'll edge them. And then over there you can see I've got the fender tree here to attach the fenders to. And got these seats to prime as well. So there's a lot of pieces in here, and I'll give it probably another 10-15 minutes for everything to warm up. And I've been letting the epoxy induce. Let's go over here into the mixing room. Okay, I've got 2 quarts of epoxy primer mixed, and they've been here for about an hour. And this is straight 1-to-1. We're not reducing this at all. We don't want any type of sealer out of this. We just want straight epoxy that'll bite right into that metal. So, as you know, hard to see on that one, SPI is my brand of choice for the epoxy. And like I say, it's a 1-to-1 mix. 1 part of epoxy, 1 part of activator, and it works out perfect. So I've got my gun here. I'm spraying today with a 1.4 nozzle. That's what I like when I'm spraying straight epoxy. And depending on how it lays down, we'll be anywhere from 20 to 30 psi, and we'll adjust our fluid setting and fan setting from there. But we're just about ready to get going, so I'll be back with you when I'm actually painting. I'll see if I can get a few shots of that for you, and I'll be back with you in a little bit. Okay guys, we're attacking this a little bit at a time. the underside of the back side of the windshield done, tailgate, hood, miscellaneous parts. Fenders are coming along. We're getting ready to hang those. Body tub. I got this far on the 2 sprayable quarts that I had. I did all those parts plus the underside of the tub. So I sprayed 2 quarts and now I have the heat running. 2 quarts takes a while to spray. Cool air is moving in with the fans on, so I have another 2 quarts mixed, and we'll let the heat run for maybe a half hour, 45 minutes, and we'll continue on doing the tub. And I'm probably not going to be able to flip this stuff today, but if I can, we'll do the underside of this stuff. We'll just take a little bit at a time. So it's coming along, Tom. We're getting there. This is the most important part. I want to get everything sealed up today. So between running the heat and spraying, we'll get this done. Okay, everybody, we're back in the booth again. The tub is finished in epoxy. Now I'm working on the other side of the fenders and windshield frame and hood and miscellaneous parts. The weather's still pretty good out there, but I got to keep the heater on for a while. Epoxy primer likes to be 65 degrees or better. So I got the booth probably about 75 degrees right now. I'm just letting all the metal kind of soak up the heat. And we'll finish up the rest of these parts. There's the original driver's seat. We'll finish up the rest of these parts, and then we'll take a peek around after everything's dry and see if there's anything we want to address. Stuff like this. That's a heavy grind mark. We got a few heavy grind marks in here that we're going to have to do something with. A lot going on right in this area. I think if you catch it in the light right, there's a lot going on here. I'm probably going to put some primer on there. I don't feel anything is out of the reach of primer. I don't think we need to put filler on anything. And again, right in here, I don't know what happened. It looked like somebody hit it with an axe. I'm not sure why all those digs are in there. But it's going to need a little bit of high build primer, and we'll see how the rest of the stuff comes out. Fenders are in pretty good shape, but we'll see how it goes. Like I say, I'm going to spray the rest of the primer, epoxy primer today, and I'll bring it back and show you what it looks like. Okay guys, we got everything in epoxy primer. Heater's back on, and we're going to keep it probably about 70 degrees in here for the next 3 or 4 hours. Let everything flash off real nice. So if you're keeping track for your own project or something, we sandblasted the body, and then it took a gallon of wax and grease remover to go over every single piece, clean it real good, wipe it down, box of lint-free wipes, like I say, a gallon of the wax and grease remover, and it took 5 sprayable quarts to get the entire body tub, inside, outside, underneath, fenders all around, seat frame, windshield frame, tailgate, hood, and all the associated parts, and those 2 seats right there. It took 5 quarts of epoxy primer. We'll probably shoot, I imagine, maybe a gallon and a half, maybe 2 gallons of the high build, and then we'll get a 5-quart mix of the Luzon Red. I still got to do the grill. I've got to fix that. We'll probably get on that later today. But this is where we're at so far. So it does take a lot of materials, and you'll be surprised if you're doing your own project how much material you're going to go through. But it's the only way to get it really looking right. So I'm gonna boogie out of here and let the heat just do its thing, and we'll come back and make sure everything is flashed off and dried, and then we'll let it sit over the weekend. I'll order the seam sealer today. This is the point where we'll seam seal the body tub, anything else that needs to be seam sealed, and then we'll continue on with the high build primer. So that's where we're at so far on Tom's CJ3A SGI body tub Luzon Red. This is the first step to it. So thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.